Ever since Hurricane Helene hit Western North Carolina, I've had a bunch of folks ask me about how the Mountain Quest property fared. And this past weekend, I had a chance to go up and check it out. Me and the team went up to scout and just do what we could. We spent 2 days. Probably ran chainsaws for about 10 hours over the course of 2 days, and we made a lot of headway, but there was a lot of damage up and around Blowing Rock. And on the property, there was, fortunately, some people had already done some work to cut the way into the property, but once we got down on the trails, there were just sections where trees were laid down in giant rows right across the trail.
Damn. Yeah, that's as big as what we cut up over there. Just about.
Some of them were pushed over where the root ball popped up, but a lot of them were snapped and twisted up top and leaning down, so really precarious, hanging up high over the trail. We were able to get down to the test site pretty unimpeded, but once we got down there, that was our first big mess. There was a lot of trees down, and they were all held up by this tangle of grapevines.
Clean up. Well, I think we'll be here for a little while.
This might be our day today. So we were able to cut through most of that and clear it. The interesting thing is now we've got a couple more benches because there's a couple of big trees that came down that we could roll into spots for more seating. And then the view behind the test site is really opened up now, so you can see right off the edge of the mountain. So it's gonna be beautiful once we get it done, but we got that phase 1 done. About 30 yards beyond that was another big tangle of trees that took us a while, and that was about as far as we got through on the first day. So 4 of us have been cutting for like 4 hours. Got a couple of big sections cut up here and here, a big giant tangle up at the test site. Just beyond that, we've got some real precarious, more trees down, including one that's really high up, that snapped off up high and is dangling over the trail. So this is going to be a multi-stage process to get us back down. We can't even get to the backdoor trail, much less the whole waterfall. So it's going to be exciting. On the second day, we went back down beyond that, probably about another 50 to 75 yards from the second tangle of trees. This is the next section. As far as I can tell, it's about 75 yards of some real big trees beyond this first little barrier set up. But up there, that's a big place, a place where a big part of a tulip poplar, I guess, snapped off up high and is still sort of hung on, and it's laying right in the trail right through this. So we're just below the test site, which is way up there. So this could be a minute before we get back to the waterfall. And once we got down there, we spent some time cutting through that, and then we had a pretty long straight path down a couple of kickbacks. By the end of the first day, we were able to get down to the river. So in the video, I'll show you the river. It's starkly different. This is the pool that we normally use. There's normally a big flat bench right here. It's totally gone. It's rammed up against this section. There's a weird pile of rocks here. It's never been there before. Normally, we have 2 waterfalls here, and it's completely diverted. It's all coming through one section now.
That slope was exposed, and now the bottom piece of it's under.
It looks dramatically different down here. Big change on the waterfall there. All these rocks are like stacked up on each other a whole different way. A bunch of stuff washed in here. Big trees. The water level obviously came up super high. Ton of flow volume. The water washed away all the moss. All the rocks that were covered in the thick carpet of moss are now bleached. They're scoured clean. Everything is almost bleached white. It pushed all the sediment out of the bottom of the creek and up onto the side. So now there's these sandy banks up on the side, currently covered by, you know, sort of a fresh dusting of leaves. A bunch of sand. It's a sandy beach now. But a lot of very familiar landmarks look really different. Unfortunately, we were not able to get to the waterfall. Once we got down several kickbacks, we came face to face with some just really monster trees. And we were close to the end of our time there, and we were ill prepared to tackle those next challenges. So they'll be on our list next, but we know what we're looking at right now, at least in the immediate path. And I believe we're going to get through it. It's just going to take some time. But I want to say thanks to all the dudes that came out to help me do that. We couldn't have done it without your help and expertise. And we'll keep you up to date as to how the cleanup continues. Thanks again for everybody for asking. All the people associated with the property, you're fine, doing great. But the property itself is going to take a little effort to open back up just so we can continue to use it to train. All right, until next time, we'll see you on the mat or in the mountain.